Arnold Palmer once said, golf is beautifully simple and exquisitely complex. Well, the human body is the same way. It's very simple, right, but then very complex. Now, you will, what we'll do is we'll have ourselves a little code. When I'm doing something informally like this to make it simple, right, then I'll just wear leisurely clothes. And then if we're going to do something that gets complex, all right, then I'll wear a lab coat or something, okay? All right, so, but before we start in with the simple part, I think it's very important that you understand that we bring you up to date on chemotherapy. This is the research is funded by the United States National Institute of Health and published in the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences from studies at Harvard University and UMass, all right, and found that the clinical poisons, chemotherapy, though sometimes initially effective at stemming the growth and spreading of existing tumors, eventually induce major stem cell damage that causes even more cancer. Right? These follow up on a lot of studies that have been told that chemotherapy actually causes cancer, yet what do they give everybody with cancer? Chemotherapy. Okay, let's start in. Let's go. You have gotten, we've given you the code, the secret code. All right, so if you printed that off, then you'll be able to make notes on the secret code to health, the 4 keys of blocking all diseases and extending youth and energy. And the first, of course, is the C. That's collagen. Now, collagen holds the whole body together. All right, it is mostly composed of mineral C. And the mineral C form is the way the body made it, created it a trillion years ago when it made its own C. All right, now, then the next, that's the C. All right, we'll go back to the way all cardiovascular disease, that's heart attacks and strokes, are caused by a deficiency of mineral C. O stands for oils. Oils transport oxygen throughout the body. Okay, now you get oxygen into the body, into the bloodstream with what? With red meat. All right, then omega-3s carry the oxygen into the cell, and omega-6s inside the mitochondria of the cell. All 200 plus types of cancer are caused by a deficiency of oxygen. It is impossible for cancer to exist in oxygen-rich environments. Vitamin D is not really a vitamin, but we're down to the D. It's D3. It is a hormone, and hormones carry messages throughout the body. So when you don't have enough vitamin D, and you'll always find that cancer patients have a low, very low, all right, vitamin D content around 5 to 7, and then heart disease is around 20, and good health begins around 60, up to 60 to 100. That's on the 25 nanos, all right, per milliliters. It gets too technical. Just realize you got to have vitamin D. It indicates how much health you have. All right, the final letter in the code is enzymes. Enzymes are the first defense against pain, swelling, inflammation. What they do is they dissolve the bad things in the body. Let's take MS, for example. You know, MS is what? It's scar tissue. All right, well, in order for the body to get the mineral C, all right, and the oxygen, the enzymes have to dissolve that scar tissue, and then that's the way the body heals it when you're talking about MS or anything else. Now, heart disease. You know, when I had my heart attack, second heart attack, I did everything they told me for the first one. Then I went in and I started using the enzymes to do what? To cleanse the plaque out of the arteries. We were using the C to mend the little cracks in the base layer of the arteries. Okay, so anything, it doesn't make any difference what it is. All right, from these 4 things, C-O-D-E, we'll be able to explain it. All right, very simply say, okay, well, if you're talking about MS, if you're talking about heart disease, you're talking about cancer, you're talking about the C or the D or the O, okay? So these are the things that we want to remember. Now, so we won't, let's stop this one right now, right? And then we'll pick it up, right, when we start explaining something else a little bit more in detail.